And this is an incredible time. If you're a guest here this evening, this is an opportune time to really join us this evening with an open mind and hear all about this incredible wellness revolution that is literally sweeping the globe. And you're going to understand why we can make that bold statement very shortly. But a little bit of background about who I am. My background as a profession is that I had feet in two camps. And that is one, I was very passionate in my early years of sport, being a sort of semi-pro rugby individual. My dreams, my desires, my goals were to go professional in rugby union until I snapped my ACL. And then even at an early age of 20, 21, I had to, looking back, I had to learn how to pivot. What I mean was change direction. And the reason you're maybe on the call tonight is maybe you find yourself in that position right now with what's going on around the world with the economy and with the health issues that we're trying to get through this unprecedented time. But if you're not in that position, maybe you're someone who is smart enough to start recognizing it's better to have a diversified income, or so as they say, dig the well before we need it, because most people don't dig until they're thirsty and end up dying of thirst. A little bit of an analogy there for you. But looking back at 21 years young, I had to pivot. I had to change my direction. The things that I had hoped for, desired for, changed due to circumstances. Now, always been driven, always been wanting to be successful in whatever I do. So I became a chef. But I didn't want to just be a chef. I wanted to own restaurants. I wanted to own establishments where I could bring experiences of cuisine and ambiance that people could have an experience when they dined. And fast forward many years, as many of us have been in traditional businesses, I became a victim of my business. No matter how successful the business may have become, I became a slave to it, because I'd fallen into a trap of working hard in a business that could not duplicate. It couldn't leverage. It couldn't replicate. A bit like franchising. And the situation being is there are businesses out there today, have been for the last decade, will be in many decades to come, where even the product or the service is not of a great standard, but if it can be replicated, can leverage sales around the world. McDonald's is living proof. You don't even have to have a good product to be successful. And yet that very same product is part of the reason why we are in the environment we are in today. And that is, we've never been more unhealthy or sick as a human race. And so when I was approached about, was health important to me? About 3 years ago, I laughed at the individual. So if you're here tonight as a guest, I'm going to congratulate you. And over the next few moments, over 40 minutes or so, I'm going to give you enough information that if you are genuinely interested in two factors, one, your own personal health, the health of you, your family, and your significant others. If you have an interest in building some residual financial prosperity in addition to what you presently are doing, that you may want to take a serious note, because on the back end of what I'm about to share with you, these incredible best-in-class products, I'm going to show you how you can turn it into an opportunity that over the next 6, 12, 18, 24 months, that's right, over the next few years, not next week, not next month, not a couple of asked two people who didn't respond the way you thought they would, and you bail out because you didn't realize this was real work. There is no such thing as a get rich quick or a free lunch. Get my words out tonight, won't I? But the reality is, so many people have spent years looking for the shortcut and spend decades looking for the shortcut. Well, if they just looked for a real opportunity and then went to work to learn how to maximize that opportunity, they would have probably saved themselves several decades of looking for the shortcut. And so tonight is all about Zinzino. And why would you be looking at Zinzino? Well, the reason I was looking is someone said this poignant question. Dave, if you were unable to do what you do as an entrepreneur, a chef, a restaurateur, working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week in a business of my own, looked like I was doing good. I had 9 staff. I had huge overheads. I had a real restaurant with 90 seats. So from the outside world, most people thought I had a real business. They didn't know the daily stress I operated under. They didn't know that I paid my staff first and me last. They didn't know that I spent thousands a month in attraction marketing, i.e. the old yellow pages, radio station adverts. I know things have changed to digital marketing now, but the concept's the same. You have to invest to attract. And so all of a sudden I had all these traditional business overheads and I had very little left for me when it was all said and done. I'd confused working hard to working smart. And when someone asked me if I was open to taking a look at maybe the possibilities of owning time back, well, generating a revenue that matched mine and then would exceed mine, but I didn't have to put the amount of effort in I was doing with mine, then I responded to the individual with great abundance of wisdom and said to them, I don't have time for that. I'm too busy. And he said to me, you're busy being busy, Dave, but you've confused accomplishment with activity. So that woke me up. I didn't understand it all. We're not expecting you to take on board and have that epiphany of really having a grasp on 100% of what we're about to share with you. The goal here tonight is maybe just to stimulate you, to maybe get you to think beyond where you are right now, that if money and time were no object, because you found an opportunity that you could position yourself to take advantage of in a positive sense, as long as it was legal, moral, and ethical, then you had things that you would like to do, time, money, resources, travel, help others that you may not be able to do right now presently doing what you're doing. And if those are important to you, then you would now become open to the possibilities of changing some things in your life so you can change things in your life. So let's talk about Zinzino. Why would you want to take a serious look at Zinzino? Because when I was asked to take a look, I simply wanted to know the credibility. If I was going to put my energy and time into something outside of my busy lifestyle, then I wanted to make sure it was viable. I wanted to make sure it was legitimate. And I wanted to make sure it was going to be around if I was going to put the effort in. Well, Zinzino is definitely a company you can be proud to be associated with. They're 15 years old, publicly traded on the NASDAQ stock exchange. And in fact, have just announced this month when we went to the stock exchange that they grew 49% over this time last year. This company is already operating legitimately in over 30 plus markets around the world. And on the horizon, the near few short months, we've got India open up. We've got South Africa. We've got Hong Kong just launched a few short weeks on a soft launch. We're going into China, Taiwan, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, just to name a few. But where we presently are operating as we speak, there's over 1 billion people that need to be tested. And out of those 1 billion people, there's 950 million need our product. So if you're going to look at an opportunity, you want to ask yourself 2 questions. Is there a legitimate need for what I'm bringing to the table, whether it be a product or a service? Well, the thing that got me excited again was health. Health's a big thing, always was, is, always will be, yet health has been highlighted dramatically over the last 6 to 10 months, as we all have been made aware. So why are we excited about helping people with their health? Well, very simply, the human race has never been sicker. With all technology and science converging together and positioning that we have from our luxury of our smart devices, we have access to knowledge and nutritional advice and training programs and online fitness gurus. We've got access to more knowledge than ever before. And yet we still, for some reason, have limited understanding about nutrition and our wellness, and our health is decreasing rapidly. And the reason for that is that we have proven through the results that we have gathered over the last 8 years that 95% of the Europeans, and this is actually globally, but we're going to say the Europeans for now, including Britain, that 95% of those that were tested over the last 8 years are in the danger zone when it comes to their essential fatty acids. And basically, there's a number of essential fatty acids, but we're only going to address two of those this evening. One is called omega-6 and omega-3. You and I both require both of these components because they are essential building blocks for every living cell in our body. But one of these is inflammatory and the other is anti-inflammatory. But they coexist together, and if they're in the right ratio, they complement one another. But if you let one exceed the other in the wrong ratio, then it becomes detrimental to our cellular health. So let me give you a quick science lesson. Omega-6 is like a lump of coal. It's in the hearth. It gives us the great heat that we want. It gives us a little good feeling. It gives us protection. If you've ever hurt yourself, you've seen that red inflammation on your skin. It does its job. The lump of coal gives and exerts heat. It gives us that warmth. But if we leave that piece of coal unattended and it happens to roll out of the hearth and touches something that's fabric and then ignites and of a sudden was neglected, all of a sudden you have a house fire. That very same thing that was beneficial to the comfort of your home became detrimental to burning it down. That's exactly what chronic inflammation is all about. But to counteract that, to put that fire out, omega-3 is what is required. But here's the thing. You and I do not produce omega-3 as humans, so we must consume it from our diet. But the way people eat diets today, the modern processed diet has increased the intake of omega-6, so becoming very inflammatory, and we're very limited in the consumption of omega-3. And many will say, well, I eat a number of portions of fish each week. The reality is most fish that we eat today is farmed and is fed pellets. So there is no real strong content of omega-3 in our consumption of oily fish. With that being said, our ratio 6-3 has now got out of control. So what is the opportunity for us to do? Well, first of all, is to acknowledge it. And to acknowledge it, we need to understand what science shares with us. And science says that we should be, for optimum health, 3-1 in ratio. That's where you and I should want to be. I don't know about you, but prior to me being asked and shown the opportunity to see where I was with my health, I had heard of essential fatty acids, but I had no understanding what they actually meant. But what it is important is that essential fatty acids are required for every living cell in our bodies. And it should be at 3-1 or less to be optimum health. Well, our results have shown that even those who take nutrition or supplement and even omega products on average are 7-1 out of balance. The average person who takes no additional supplementation is on average 15-1 out of balance and significantly in the danger zone. And what does that really mean? Well, when we're talking about being in the danger zone, is that at the core cellular level, inflammation starts to manifest. And it may take decades to become visible in some form of skin condition, heart condition, immune condition, gut condition. By the time we see the symptoms, chronic inflammation has been in our system manifesting for many, many years, for some situations, decades of ill health. Here's the danger and the scary thing today. It's the first time that it's been documented that our children of today are at more risk of passing before their parents because of chronic inflammation. So yes, we are in unprecedented times. We are all reacting to global health issues. But do you know today, more people around the world lost their life to chronic inflammation in one capacity or the other. So what can we do? Well, very simply, there is a test independently done by a laboratory that is the world's #1 DBS, dry blood spot analysis laboratory. They're based out of a university out of Oslo. They've been around some 25 years. They have all the certification required to be the field leader in what they do. And Zinzino is only a customer to them. Vitas themselves actually test for the Norwegian government, King's College London, Oxford University, Harvard, many medical institutions, Olympians, sports professionals. And Zinzino, as a wellness company, sends customers' blood spots to this laboratory for independent testing. And that test will evaluate and show us one of two things. It will show whether that person is in balance with their essential fatty acids or out of balance with their essential fatty acids. And depending on the severity of that, really, whether we fall into semi-balance, imbalance, or out of balance. And so the key here is that we are about to introduce you to test-based nutrition. Gone are the days where the main way that we consume nutrition or supplements was going to maybe our general practitioner, where we have ailments, conditions, and we want the relief. We want it to be cured. We want it to be erased. But today we go to our GPs, our practitioners, and they don't offer us pharmaco-nutritional products. They offer us pharmaceutical products. Pharmaceutical products in the main do not address the core issue. They just mask the symptoms and reduce the pain, whatever it may be. Now, there's a place for pharmaceutical, but it's pharmacology that addresses our cellular health. And so the reason why we're excited about Zinzino's balanced product is because ours has a unique combination. So we all need omega-3. We've already established we need it to put out omega-6, the fire called chronic inflammation. And the reality is most of us will consume it through our fish intake or some supplementation. In fact, omega-3 is the #1 purchased nutritional product in the world. But the reality is they don't work. If you actually speak to a scientist, if you talk to manufacturers of fish oil as we know it, they will tell you that it won't work, but it's a great business. So we take our hard-earned money, whether you're an orthodontist, an engineer, a lecturer, a mechanic, a chef, a stay-at-home parent, it doesn't matter what we do, we go exchange our linear activity for a wage, and we know health's important, so we watch a celebrity endorse a product on TV, we go buy it because we think it's real. We'll go to our GP who looks in the book and just issues pharmaceutical products. We'll go to maybe a nutritional therapist, a personal trainer, someone that we will pay for private consultation because we trust their position and they'll recommend they make minerals and vitamins and a diet plan. And we take it on the basis of pure trust because they must know. That is leaving everything to guesswork. And what Zinzino has been able to do, prove, and be the very first in the field is to offer first-class, best-in-class pharmaco-nutritional products, no synthetics added, but are able to test their product to prove it works on a cellular level. And why is ours more effective? Well, very simply, when fish are taken out of the sea and they're manufacturing and processing of cleansing from toxins and metals, what happens is they also extract the polyphenols that are in the fish. Now, it's the polyphenols, which is an antioxidant, that protects the omega-3 while once we consume it to get to the cellular level. But because that polyphenol antioxidant has been removed, the fish oil, omega-3, now becomes rancid and oxidizes within 3 to 4 hours of consumption. Here's the challenge. It takes over 24 hours to get to your cellular health for it to be effective. So we're simply taking our money, buying products, consuming them, and they don't work. Well, now we have the ability to test that and show people whatever they may be consuming presently, whether it's working or not. Well, we know there's a high percentage, probably around 97% of people tested, that even when they're taking nutrition, as we've just shown you, are ineffective and they are simply wasting their money. But let's put that thought to a side for a moment And just look at the why we need omega-3. Well, these are health benefits and claims, approved medical claims, not by Zinzino, but by the European Food Safety Association. Well, the big three, though, is we need omega-3 for better brain function, heart function, and immune system. But those three major categories can be subcategorized to 18 health claims that are approved, not Zinzino's, but an independent body, the European Food Safety Association. From bone density, oxidative stress, normal vision, lower blood levels, blood pressure levels, I should say. And the list goes on and on. In fact, these 18 subcategories, health claims, can now be broken down to another 145 health benefits. So if you go and just simply Google the benefits of omega-3, there is nothing that we are sharing with you that you can debate. The question is, if you are taking it, is yours working? If you're not taking it, you must take one that is gonna work for you. And that's where we come in. We help you find your number by simply taking an independent blood test, and which now we've done over 540,000 independent blood tests in the last 8 years. Zinzino has the largest database of omega-3/6 ratios in the world. We are the #1 in test-based nutrition. So customers take their bloods, they send it off, and they start consuming our product offering. Within 2 to 3 weeks, they'll get a report online, which will be totally anonymous because it's barcoded. And very simply, at that point, they will know whether they are in or out of balance. But you've been taking the product for 2 to 3 weeks before you get your result. Now, as a premier customer, someone who has become a customer and subscribed to our subscription model, if they are in balance with their initial result, even though they've been consuming the product for 3 weeks, they can return everything for a 100% money back guarantee. There's absolutely no financial risk to find whether you are in or out of the danger zone. If you are in balance, then you can get your money returned. If you are out of balance, like I was 14.4 to 1 out of balance, yet I played competitive sport, yet I was in the food industry where fresh produce was vitally important to me. Nutrition has always been important to me throughout my life, and yet still I was 14 to 1 out of balance. Why? Because my cell membrane was hard, though therefore anything I ate, consumed, supplement, it may have been good for me, but if it cannot get into the cell, then it can't do what it needs to do to be effective for me. Today, health and fitness are two different things. So stay on the product, and in 120 days, you'll receive another test and you retest. Now you have 2 blood scores to compare. My second test was 2.1 imbalance. Now, what's important with that is there's so many nutritional companies out there that their style of marketing is to tell you how they're feeling. Look what it's done for me. Look at my before and after pictures. You must be on this. Or they tell a great story, how the vitamin or the juice or the oil or the product has been caught by the moonlight coming down the north face of Everest, and it's caught in an eucalyptus tree leaf, and it's sat there for 8 hours, and at the right time they bottled it, and that's the magic ingredient, and look at me now. People can get overzealous and excited about the truth. Distort it a little. The thing that doesn't distort, bloods can't lie. And so when I saw this 14 months ago, nutrition has always been important to me, but I got excited about the ability to independently validate what I was about to share with people. So let me introduce you to some of the best in class products. Well, at the center of our product wheel, we have our balanced oil products. I want you to understand one thing. This is not an omega-3 product. Omega-3s do not work. Omega-3 products do not work. They're simply fish oil. Where ours is different is we have actually added the polyphenols, the antioxidants, back into the product. We've also added several other of the omegas, along with vitamin D3. And so our product is not an omega-3 product. It's a balanced oil product. And so with that balanced oil product over the 120 days, which takes about that time frame for blood cells, red blood cells to change, you can come back into balance. And around that ability to bring our cell back into permeability, meaning it can absorb, now you can now add into that a portfolio of world-class nutritional pharmaco products, our immune products, our nutritional vitamins and minerals, our weight management products, our gut health products, our skin line products. I'm not here to talk too deeply about the products because we do have a customer presentation that we focus really on the products every other week. The individual who invited you can give you scientific PDFs, can give you short videos on any product you want to do your research on. But we as a company to date have over 300,000 monthly customers. Why? Because it works. How do we know that? Because we independently do blood testing. So here's our balance oil, our premium blend of our balanced oil product. As I've said, it's a combination. And the key benefits of that, as you can see on the screen, from normal brain function, heart, immune, it gives you the right balance of EPA, DHA. And I don't know if you know anything about EPA and DHA. I most certainly didn't 14 months ago. But simply, that is the balance of your omega-6s and 3s. It helps with our oxidative stress and much, much more. This is our flagship product. This is what everything is anchored around, because otherwise you're just consuming nutrition products, supplements like before, because it's the oil that brings you back in balance to allow the absorption of everything else you are consuming. And we have a world-class product called Extend Plus. Now, this is an advanced formulation to help out with our immune, with nutritional supplements. It has 23 essential vitamins and minerals. It has beta-glucans in that really activates our immune system. It gives us an incredible amount of energy. It improves our bone density, builds, which is the big buzzword right now, our immune system. And the list goes on and on and on. What I will share with you as I share these products is I am not a nutritionist. I am not a practitioner. I am not someone who has dedicated their life to understanding the science. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, knowing everything about a product does not mean you have the skill to take it to market. What you need is a system that is has the ability to position it at the lowest denomination, the masses. You see here, what we've got here are key products that address our balance of our essential fatty acids, products that will build our immune system, and fibers that will help us repopulate our microbiome and bring that back into order. Now I'm going to sound like an intelligent chef. Well, it's very simply today, majority of our ill health is coming from gut issues. And very simply, our gram negatives, bad bacteria, has outgrown our gram positives, our good bacteria. And therefore, it is an environment to see things that were not around 100 years ago start to manifest in conditions that we then go to hospital and they bombard us with treatments that not only try to kill that's growing out of control, but killing the good things that also in our bodies. And I'm not even going to mention the word. Well, if you can bring your microbiome back into where the gram positives are far greater than the gram negatives, we will live with that nasty word that affects 1 in 4 of us sometime in our life called cancer. Now, we can't make medical claims and we can't say we have a cure because we live with it daily. But what we have seen is when the microbiome is back in balance and the gram positives are greater than the gram negatives, then there is not an environment for what lives there to grow. Now, that's very exciting. So We call that the health protocol. One will get us in the balance. The second step will to restore, and the third will boost. So it's a very simple process. And what I love as an entrepreneur, that we've got test-based pharmaco-nutritional products, 100% all natural, and they are available, all those three products, for less than £70 per month to customers. We'll go out and have a good meal and a bottle of wine and do something anti our health for a good time. Our bodies, our gut, our immune, our cellular health surely is worth £70 a month to protect, boost, restore, and balance our cellular health. And what I love about the opportunity is that customers have the ability to get their product for free. Now, if you're looking for a business opportunity, imagine this. Over the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 24 months, we're going to be showing you, working alongside the individual, how you can build a customer base on test-based products on a subscription model that the customer has proven to themselves independently that these products work, that they need them for the rest of their life. So over time, as you build a residual customer base, now you've got a business that will generate a revenue in your absence, long as you're willing to put some energy and effort in for the next few short years. And what's exciting is those customers who have had a positive experience, have got independent validation, they simply are incentivized to refer 4 friends that they care about their health. And when they have 4 friends on the same product as them or greater, their product is for free. Imagine no marketing required other than customers that you've helped become back into balance, proven independently, and now they realize they're going to want this for the rest of their life. Now, I can now get it for free for the rest of my life by helping others that I care about because I know it works. So that's the basis of our model. We're a very customer-centric model. Now, the reason why we are so excited is because the scientific advisory board that's been put together has been put together by a gentleman by the name of Dr. Paul Clayton. Now, Dr. Paul Clayton is actually a Brit. He studied at Edinburgh University, still lectures periodically through Oxford. He speaks on many medical institutions around the world. He's actually represented governments about pharmacology, nutritional aspects. He's the author of many, many books. In fact, if you really want to know, go get yourself, there's one called Let Your Food Be Your Pharmaconutrition. And his latest one is Strengthening Your Immune System. Paul Clayton, you can see there in your top right-hand corner, is 70 years young today and has dedicated 50 years proving how important and essential our essential fatty acids are. And he's put around him a collective team of geniuses. One of the ones that I want to draw your attention to is Dr. Angela Rizzo. She has been studying for a number of years and has produced results that there's and proven there's a direct correlation between omega-3 and ADHD, which all stems from the gut. Well, when I was a boy, I'm 52, I was naughty and clipped around the ear and was told that David was a mischief type of kid. He's an unruly kid in the class, but now they labeled him ADHD. But folks, there's things happening today in our life that were not around 50 to 100 years ago, but then again, nor was processed foods. Then again, nor was pharmaceutical medications. Think about it for a moment. We are a victim of being malnutritioned by the food manufacturers and being kept medicated by the pharmaceutical companies. And when someone comes along to show you that the reason why that we are sicker than ever before is that because we have now become out of balance, no wonder we're skeptical, because we've been buying from big brands for years, thinking that we were making personal choices when those choices were being manipulated by the big conglomerates who did brand marketing. Question is health important to you? And if it is important to you, the first thing you're going to want to do is kickstart your health campaign. If you are open to maximizing this and being part of the wellness revolution, You need to understand what we're actually doing. We're offering people the opportunity to own their own online e-commerce health shop. It's a people franchise. But before we do that, we got to understand, where are we today? Well, very simply, how do things end up in your cupboard? How do they end up in your possession? Well, you simply go to work, you work hard. And if you ask this question to yourself rhetorically, we work hard. And the question I was asked was, Dave, are you paid what you're worth? Well, prior to owning a business, I was employed and I was never paid what I thought I was worth. I was only paid what the value I brought to the hour that was a perception of the employer. So therefore, if I'm not paid what I'm worth, I am being paid wholesale. If I then go take my wholesale income and I run along to the retail stores and I pay retail for the product, which is inflated in cost but not in value because it's made by the manufacturer. It has to move transportation, warehousing, employees, profit margins to the wholesaler who take their cut, who move it to the warehousing, who move it to the marketers, the advertisers, to the retailers, the light bulbs, the doors, the security, the insurance, the public liability. And we pay more for the product than it's worth because of the added costs. If we're taking our wholesale income and paying more for something that's not worth something, no wonder we can't get ahead. And so what are we doing? Well, we're very simply, as an entrepreneur, being put up in a position where we can eliminate all the middlemen and you get the money. You connect the consumer to the supplier and you make the middleman's money. No overheads, no distribution, no logistics. You simply connect them from your e-commerce website portal that's open 24/7. And so what you've got to ask yourself is, and I had to ask myself this question when I was asked this question, or I touched on it briefly, is I'd confused activity with accomplishment. I had confused being busy with getting ahead. See, there's a difference between working hard and working smart. Most people will find themselves, 98% of people will find themselves on the left-hand side of the quadrant. Go to school, get a good education, go exchange their qualifications for pounds per hour, work up the corporate ladder, told to work for 45 years of their life, put away for a rainy day, then retire on a third they couldn't live on when they were working. And that's called life. Well, that's a broken system. And a lot of people start to struggle with that. So they go, you know what? I don't want to work for someone. I'm better off working for myself. And they become self-employed. And then they realize they never can take any time off because when they stop, it stops. And now they're still trapped in the left-hand side of the quadrant. Well, the only way you really get ahead is when you can find and build a business that you can build residual incomes in your absence over time. And when you can do that, then you can take the money and become an investor in other income streams. That's what we're showing you. We're not showing you something extra to keep you busy. We're showing you the opportunity that over the next 2, 3, 4 years, depending on your level of desire, your commitment, your coachability, how you can take advantage of a timing of an opportunity. Because remember this, if nothing else, the timing of an opportunity is worth nothing unless you take action of the timing of the opportunity. The challenge is, though, most of us don't know what we don't know. I was a chef. How did I know how to build an e-commerce business? You may be an orthodontist. You could be a mechanic. You could be an engineer. So you're skilled at what you do, but you may not know how to do this. And so the very important key here is that when you make a decision, the first decision is, are there things in life I want that I can't get doing what I'm doing? And if I keep doing what I'm doing, will things change? Because what you have the opportunity now is to carve out a few hours a week initially to work with the individual and a team that will be, you would be joining, that will give you the incredible support and education and tools and resources, research development, patented products, cutting edge technology tools, a working platform that operates 24/7. You're going to be part of the strongest team that you've probably ever been around when it comes to entrepreneurs. And they're going to walk you through a very simple process, how to utilize the connections that you have. Why? You have credibility and influence with them, but you don't know what to do with them. So by working with someone who knows what to do with this, we connect you with them, and we bring your influence and someone else's teaching and skills, and together, they help you lay the foundation and show you how to get two things: customers and other franchisees who want their own e-commerce business. And through that process, they will show you through a system how to get them started correctly. And then you just repeat the process and you ask for more referrals. And over time, Zinzino has gone from 0 customers to now over 320,000 monthly customers. Their goal in the next 2 years is to have 1 million customers. Their goal by 2035 is to have 20 million customers. And by 2050, to have 100 million customers. Well, if they're going to build that, you can have a piece of the pie. And how do you do that? Well, like we said, we're a franchise. So there's an investment. You're a business entrepreneur, but you have 3 options. Get with the individual. They'll let you know what is available. And basically, whatever your financial status allows you to do that. But I do want to draw your attention to the Ultimate Body Kit. It's called the Ultimate Body Kit because it has everything. It's about £850 investment, but you're going to get over £2,000 worth of product. And in the month of October, they have a promotion. Now, let's talk about what the Ultimate Body Kit offers anyway. As an entrepreneur, your team is going to help you go and get 25 product subscriptions into the market. They're going to show you how to get 25 products. Maybe a customer's on 2 products, maybe customers on 1 product, but 25 subscriptions within 12 months. By the 12th month, long as you have got 25 product subscriptions going into your market, in the 13th month, you'll get your £859 refunded. Why? The company are incentivizing us to be focused on getting customers. So that's in the compensation plan. But in the month of October, when you invest in an Ultimate Body Pack and you get your 25 subscriptions, the very next month, they will give you a free Ultimate Body Kit worth $859 that has a value of retail sales of over 2,000. So you could retail that and you've made 2,000. And in 12 months time, long as you've got 25 active subscriptions, you're going to get your refund back in addition to the free Ultimate Body Kit. But when I bought my restaurant in 2008, I borrowed £250,000 from HSBC Bank, and they never offered me the opportunity to get my money back. They just told me how much I had to pay each month. And no matter if it was quiet, the recession turned, the whatever downfall happened, they still wanted their money. See, the biggest challenge I will share with you is people do not see this big enough. They see it as a hobby. What you're actually got is a digital platform that has global distribution in a wellness revolution to a world issue when it comes to wellness and health on a cellular level. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing. In the first 30 to 60 days, it is our goal, it is our intention, working with you to show you the blueprint, the roadmap, the building block. Beyond what I'm about to share with you, you don't have to get complicated. You don't have to sit there and figure out how it all works, other than what do I need to do next? And what you need to do next is make a decision. And if it's a decision to start your own business, that is your business. But you're going to have a mentor. You're going to have a system. You're going to have tools, resources. And the first thing we're going to help you do in the first 30 days is go and help you get 4 product subscriptions. Now, they must be 4 Premier kits, and the individual will explain that to you. And a Premier kit simply means 4 products on subscription. So you could have 1 customer on 4 products. There's 4 subscriptions. You could have 4 customers on 1 product each. There's 4 subscriptions. It doesn't matter how many customers, it just needs to be 4 subscriptions. And you're going to get several bonuses, and you're going to see there by getting 4 subscriptions in your first 30 days, you're going to make around about £150 in profit, in commissions, and in fast start bonuses. But there's 2 things that's important here. You go get 4 because it makes you active in your business. You get 4 because it opens your mentorship bonus on every other franchisee that you ever personally introduce forever and a day. Remember that one. Second thing we're going to do in the same 30 days is help you now set up 4 other franchisees. People that you know are go-getters, people that you know who are entrepreneurs, people that always want to be ahead of the curve, people who said, I wish I only knew back then what I knew now, I would have taken advantage. Go and talk to people. But we show you what to say. We give you tools, videos, links, so you don't have to be the evidence. You just have to learn to be the messenger. So we help 4 franchisees join your business, and you're going to now make, you're called a fast silver, and you're going to make around £200 in profit. Next step, help 6 more subscriptions to add to your first 4 original subscriptions. You're now got 10 subscriptions. You're called X-Team Express. You've unlocked another element of the compensation plan that doubles all new entries of business, new customers, new partners. Again, the individual will explain a little bit more detail, but that very simple 3 steps in the first 60 days, go get 4 subscriptions, get 4 franchisees, add 6 more subscriptions, so you've got 10 in total, 4, 4, 10, you're going to make around £800 in commission. Well, remember that ultimate pack, you get 25 subscriptions, you're going to get a refund. Remember, you do it in October, you're going to get a free ultimate pack the following month as well. And in the first 60 days, we're going to show you how to earn the commission to get a return on your investment. Never seen a model like it. So there is a customer path we can walk you through, and your customer retail commissions will scale from 10% to 30%, depending on how many personal subscriptions that you are able to acquire over a period of time. Now, there's no time restraint on it. You can take as long as you like, but the quicker you get to 25, 50, 100, 200 subscriptions, there's an additional incentives, 10,000 one-time bonus spread over 24 months, a 5-star luxury holiday every year. So you can see that even if somebody didn't want to build a team, they can make some secondary income and be rewarded for their efforts. But if you're an entrepreneur and you love the idea of leveraged sales, you love the idea of global networks, that you have an e-commerce business open 24/7, that people in Australia can buy from your website, they can buy in Hong Kong, they can buy in Scunthorpe. It doesn't matter where they are because they're accessing your link 24/7. Well, go help those other 4 franchisees go 4, 4, 10. You're now called an executive. You're going to make a monthly income around £400, £500 residual on customer volume. And you're going to get a nice little incentive for a phone bonus called £180. So you're making around £600 a month with those combined bonuses. Well, go help 4 people, those franchisees. Very simple, help them go get a phone, help them go executive, you're a diamond. As a diamond here, you're going to make around £3,000 a month, as long as you're qualified as a diamond on customer volume each month. So it's not a pop and drop when it's just recruitment. This is build a customer base, build a customer base, build a customer base. Oh, I've gone diamond. And it pretty much stays there and keeps growing because it's consumer based, not recruitment based. Diamond, you're going to make a good £3,500, £4,000 a month. You can do this on 10 to 15 hours a week, in addition to your accountancy, in addition to your chefing, to your dentistry. Why? Because in those 10 to 15 hours a week, others will be helping you build it as a team. As a chef, I did it all. As a dentist, you do it all. As an entrepreneur with an e-commerce platform, you do it with leveraged sales. Help 4 people go diamond, you're a crown, and you're going to make on average £12,000, £13,000 a month. So there's a scale that we can work along, but getting started, make a decision. If you want a business of your own to maximize something that we've shared with you tonight, get back with the individual. They're going to help you get started, establish what your goal is, when do you want to hit it by, and walk you through a getting started process. They're going to help you how to schedule your calendar in addition to your busy life right now. They're going to show you how to make a list of the people you want to talk about the product and people you'd like to bring onto the table who may want a franchise of their own. And they're going to help you walk you through a process. So the only thing that's left for you to do is health important to you. If it's important to you, at least kickstart your own health campaign. 2, if health's important to you and you love the idea of helping others regain their health, then seriously think about being a wellness entrepreneur with us. 3, you may need some information. You may not like my tonality. You might not like my quiff, and that's put you off. That's fine. Don't let those things stop you from your health and prosperity, because as of tomorrow, you have decisions to make. If you can go to bed tonight and not give this a second thought, don't give it a second thought. But let the person know who invited you out of respect. Do you want to be a customer? Do you want to own your own business? Or do you need more information? They will help you. And as we close out right now, I just want to bring you to one thing that's important. It's the wrong slide deck. Never mind. That this weekend we have our annual convention, and it will be online. If you have any element of hesitation, but there's an inquisitive element to you, then don't invest £859.59. Invest £70 and get online for 2 days and learn what the company is about to announce. A publicly traded 15-year-old debt-free company is about to roll out some incredible incentives for the rest of 2020 and 21 in new products, in new tools, in much, much more. I think your future is worth £70 and several hours of your time to make a life-changing decision. But if you were like me, you'd heard enough. Get back with the person, get your ultimate pack because we've got a promotion, still get your ticket. But who could you talk to between now and the start of our annual convention tomorrow? Then let the person or someone in the people that they'll introduce you to speak on your behalf. You be the influence, you be the credibility, bring someone else in, let them talk to some of your connections and let them see the power of what we just shared with you. My name is Dave Ives. I'm a crown with Zinzino. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I look forward and I hopefully that we'll see you joining us this weekend, because it will be a life-changing convention and we'll look so excited to all the information that's going to be released. Good night, everybody. Get back with the individual and we'll see you all very soon.